Welcome to the RadioU podcast. Coming up, why you might want to check your ding-dong for mold.
Also, K-pop Demon Hunters continues to go up, up, up.
All that and more on the way next. Give yourselves a round of applause. And you know what? Hey, give us a round of applause too. We did it. We came together and we did it. 8772 Radio U. We put our minds to something. We wouldn't stay silent. And Cracker Barrel has backed down.
They cracked.
Yeah, let's do it again.
They cracked.
Yeah.
Woo! They cracked under the pressure. This is what happens. I feel like we should give this. This is like the speech after you win the big game. This is what happens when we come together and work together as a team.
Believe in ourselves.
We win. And that's exactly what we've done as the American public. We have won, everybody. We've won. Cracker Barrel has decided to return to the old-timer logo. Justice for Uncle Herschel has been doled out.
Yes.
This is great.
I really like to think we deserve a massive pat on the back on this show because we were ahead of the game on this.
We were.
I mean, you go back a couple weeks when the videos first started coming out of the redesigned Cracker Barrels and we were complaining.
Yeah, we were talking about it then.
And we don't complain a lot. We're pretty positive. I try to have a good attitude.
I mean, we definitely have opinions, but yeah, we both try to be very positive and not mean. But this was it was too far.
Cracker Barrel said yesterday, and if you remember, literally yesterday we covered their prior statement from Monday where they're like,
we're not
changing it. And then one day later, they say, we thank our guests for sharing your voices and love for Cracker Barrel. We said we would listen, and we have. Our new logo is going away, and our old-timer logo will remain.
I mean, I don't want to take credit for this, but
Why not?
I think we should.
We should take credit for it.
That statement sounds like a direct response to what we said, which was like, hey, you said in this little fluff statement that you're listening, but clearly you're not listening.
Yeah.
So listen up. And here they say, yeah, we did listen, and we're going back to the old timer logo. So this feels like a direct response to what we said, but truly all of America was saying this to them.
Yeah, seriously. I see a lot of the news stories are giving now credit to Donald Trump because he was like the last person to talk about it before they changed.
It wasn't just Donald Trump. Everybody
was complaining.
This.
Yeah.
And this is what happens when Americans come together.
Honestly, he was late to the party, and I appreciate his support, but we were here first.
We were here
first. And so if anybody gets the credit, it should be us. Also, though, I want to raise a flag of concern.
Oh.
Because they've only mentioned the logo.
Yeah.
And to me, I may be in the minority on this, but I'm more offended by the interior design being redone than the logo.
Yeah.
I could take the logo if they kept the insides dark and old like they used to be instead of this new whitewashing that they're doing.
I think what happened is with this logo, when they announced the logo change, that's when this story blew up. That's when a bunch of people on X and, the Democratic Party tweeted about this.
They did, yeah.
The Donald Trump, senators, all sorts of people got involved. It suddenly became the one thing that united all of America. This is the one issue where both sides could agree that this was terrible. So I think the logo was the bigger deal. But I agree with you that the worst offender is the remodel inside.
Yeah.
But yeah, they didn't mention anything with that.
They didn't. Now, I think what should be pointed out too, I guess, is the logo probably would have changed like very across the board very quickly.
Yeah.
And the redesign, they've only done a percentage of their stores. And that was something they were going to do over time. So maybe they'll still stop. We don't know. But your local Cracker Barrel, more than likely, is probably still the old design.
Still looks the same.
But let's hope it stays that way.
I know. I really do want to just head over to my local Cracker Barrel like really soon. Cracker Barrel. I don't know why I always say Crackle Barrel.
Yeah.
But I want to head over there and just let them know, like, I love you guys. I love the way this looks. Please don't change this.
Never change. Hey, let's take this as a W.
Yes.
We earned a win. Allie, I know you in particular really like the new movie Wicked.
I do.
For some reason, and you're not alone. Many others as well. So I'm curious everyone's thoughts on this at 8772 Radio U. I think y'all will be excited that Amazon, according to Deadline, is working on a new take of The Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
It'll be a series, and it's going to be a musical. So kind of like Wicked, they're continuing on with more Wizard of Oz universe stuff. And so the description is, they say it's a contemporary music-infused YA retelling of Wizard of Oz based on L. Frank Baum's books, using the Yellow Brick Road as a metaphor for the challenges and choices facing young adults today.
No, this is a no.
Wait, why is this a no and Wicked is a yes?
Well, Wicked is very much in the heart of Wizard of Oz, as far as like it's got all of the magical elements, and it's also been around for a long time. These songs that we love. It was a Broadway play that was a hit, a Broadway musical that was a hit way before the movie was made. That's why the movie is so popular, is because these songs were already beloved. But I don't know about this whole like contemporary YA musical series. It's making me nervous. Also, Amazon, I gotta be honest, they're really hard to trust with bigger IP. We've talked about this with James Bond. I really wasn't a fan of their Lord of the Rings of Power series. I thought it was not very well written. Like, it was a very well-made show as far as the look of it. They spent a lot of money on it, but they didn't write it very well, in my opinion. I know some people that liked it.
Yeah.
I was not one of them, and I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan. So I don't really trust Amazon with a lot of stuff. I gotta be honest.
If you don't trust Amazon, would you trust Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton, because they are going to be executive producers?
No, I don't. I really don't.
They're on The Voice.
No, I don't think they are anymore, but I don't think this is going to be for me.
What if I told you Gina Matthews, who produced 13 Going on 30, is also involved?
I do love 13 Going on 30. That is a fun movie, but to pair it with Wizard of Oz, it just seems like two very different things coming together. So I don't know how I feel about it.
Have you ever seen the show Popular, this TV series Popular?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, Gina Matthews also produced that, co-created it.
Okay. Is it about Wicked? Because
No.
Popular is a song in Wicked.
I don't think so. Well, don't you think you would know that if there was a TV series about Wicked?
I probably would have already been aware of it,
Yeah.
but maybe not. I don't know. There's a lot of TV shows around.
Well, this is in development. One day, Amazon will really want you to know about it.
No thanks.
One day they will be advertising it so hard. It's official. They're engaged. 8772 Radio U. Of course, you probably know I'm talking about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
It's funny, I texted Mrs. Hudson yesterday to let her know, and I simply said they're engaged, and she knew who I was talking about. Even though I have a sister I have a long-term boyfriend that could get engaged at any moment, she was talking about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
She's like, oh yeah, she knew. She's up with it.
Yeah. But isn't it so random? First of all, Taylor Swift, her and Travis Kelce each posted this on their Instagram, and they made the announcement with the pictures and everything. Very cute. But on a Tuesday at like 2 p.m. to announce you're engaged when you're the biggest star in the world.
But when you're the biggest star in the world, it doesn't matter when you.
You can do it anytime.
It's gonna break the internet. It did. It broke the internet yesterday. I mean, everybody was sharing this. There are so many memes of the pictures being used.
Yeah.
Like the pictures where it's just like, they'll put one thing for Travis and one thing for Taylor as like a meme format or whatever. So everybody's loving this.
She had also said the caption was, your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married, which really lends itself to people like swapping out the picture, like with Mrs. Krabappel and Principal Skinner from The Simpsons and stuff like that. Yeah, it was funny.
People are doing all sorts of fun stuff like that. I saw one where it was Penny and dang it, I'm gonna forget his name, but from Big Bang Theory, where they were getting
Sheldon?
married. Not Sheldon.
Howard.
No. The one that Penny gets married to.
I've never watched the show.
Okay. Well, anyways, they get married, and it was like your science teacher and your, I can't remember what it all said, but it was using that same format.
Okay, I have a couple questions about this. One, what do you think of the ring?
It's big.
Of course.
It's big.
It's got to be.
It felt like it needed to be.
3 years salary, I heard.
3 years salary. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's not as big as the Cristiano Ronaldo one, which we talked about not too long ago, but I haven't seen a ring that big ever.
Yeah,
so.
And it's not a competition.
It's not a competition, and to me, it doesn't matter what the ring size is, and I don't think really, I mean, I don't know if Taylor Swift would care about what the ring size is, but I think it fits her well. It suits her style well. It's a gold band, and I think it's gorgeous.
It looks super classic to me.
Yes, it looks very vintage, which I think that is kind of Taylor's style.
Okay, now let's talk about the timing in regards to the NFL season. How does this affect Travis Kelce?
I think he's going to be so happy and settled in his mind.
Yeah.
This needed to happen.
You don't think he's going to be too distracted by planning a wedding?
No, because they'll probably have a longer engagement anyways.
Yeah.
But I think this needed to happen.
Oh, the world's going to love that.
I think this needed to happen before the season started because he needed to not have this on his mind while playing. Like, I got to plan this and this and this with the proposal.
Not even his mind, but just the media distraction of all the players. Like if this happened during the season, that's a week that like the players are not going to be able to focus on anything else because every press conference and whatever is just going to be Taylor Swift questions.
Exactly. So this had to happen before the season started. Apparently, he's been planning it for months, according to his dad, who was interviewed about this. And he said he's been planning it for months, but he really wanted to make it special. And his dad told him this piece of advice, which is so true. And I loved it. He was like, he was going to put it off. And he said, I think Taylor was getting a little bit antsy, but he was going to put it off till this week to make some grand thing happen. And he said, I told him repeatedly, you could do it on the side of the road, do it any place. That makes it a special event when you get down on one knee and ask her to marry you.
Like Jim and Pam.
Yeah,
that was one thing they got right.
It's just wherever you end up proposing, even if you do put a lot of effort into it, it's about getting married.
Yeah.
So it's just, like that's what's going to make it special.
Some of my favorite reactions, Gordon Ramsay said, from one ring to the next. Congrats, Travis and Taylor. From your favorite home ec teacher, Gordon.
Aw, cute.
And he posted a picture of him and Travis Kelce together after the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. I was like, he just lost the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, this is from
Gordon.
the one he won, I guess. And Gordon was there. I didn't know that.
That's cool.
Also, Donald Trump was asked about it. He said he's a great player, and I think he's a great guy, of course, of Travis Kelce. And I think she's a terrific person, so I wish them a lot of luck.
Oh, thank you. That's great.
I know. I like to just hear a supportive message.
I was going to say that's actually I'm impressed.
Yeah.
That he said that.
Yeah, I am too. I'm excited.
Yeah.
This is a big day.
I'm not the biggest Swiftie fan, as I've said before, but I'm so genuinely happy for both of them.
Yeah, I am too. I really hope they ask me to be a bridesmaid. And if not, the RadioU DJ service, I'm happy to be there.
Okay.
In whatever capacity. Babe Ruth has found himself in some legal trouble. 8772 RadioU. You heard that right. Babe Ruth, one of the greatest baseball players of all time.
Who's been deceased for some time as well.
Yeah.
So what do you mean?
Well, there's this guy in Tennessee who's also named, Babe Ruth's real name, right?
I don't off the top of my head.
George Herman Ruth.
George Herman Ruth. All right.
There's a man in Tennessee who also happens to be named George Herman Ruth, and he has found himself in some legal trouble, but some very fitting legal trouble given that he shares his name with Babe Ruth. He has been charged with 91 counts of settlement fraud.
Whoa.
Where he is accused of using the names of dead or retired pro baseball players to make phony claims for payouts in class action lawsuits.
What?
Yeah, so it kind of leads me to wonder if George Herman Ruth is even his real name in the first place.
Maybe not.
Or if he changed it at some point as a part of this scheme that he's concocted.
Yeah, can't we find that? Like, can't we find out if that's really his name or not?
I don't see anything to where it says that it's not, so I guess it is. I guess maybe that's where he got the idea.
Yeah.
Is if he was constant, like maybe he was getting mail or something that was meant for George or for the actual Babe Ruth. I'm not exactly sure, but what he was doing, speaking of mail, is he was opening a bunch of P.O. boxes in different Tennessee cities for himself and for sham companies, and then would submit hundreds of fraudulent claim forms to class action administrators across the country. And then would use old baseball players' names or variations of his own name and their social security numbers, easy for me to say, of unwitting victims.
Wow.
Yeah, quite the scheme that he had set up. But yeah, you have to think, if we would know that his name, if he had changed it, that would be public, right? At some point, it would be documented.
I think it's somewhere it would be in the record.
So George Herman Ruth, and given his age, he's 69 years old. You could easily see his parents 69 years ago deciding to name their child after Babe Ruth.
Yeah, they'd be big fans probably.
And so that was the inspiration. Or it may be in his way, a way of getting payback. For all the, for basically living his life under the shadow of a famous baseball player.
Oh, this is his revenge.
He's
like, since I've had to deal with, everyone thinking I'm Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
How horrible that people think I'm Babe Ruth. I mean, that's just the worst thing anyone could think of me as.
Not that he was thought of as Babe Ruth. Not that he was confused for Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth has a very distinctive look.
Yeah, for sure.
And the ages would have been much different. But something even worse.
What?
Every time he'd go to get his driver's license, or anytime anybody saw his full name, and it was somebody probably older than him, they'd be like, "Oh, that's Babe Ruth," and they'd say it in a jokey, like, "Wow, how'd you hit so many home runs?" They'd come up with these stupid jokes, and finally, George Herman Ruth had enough. And so he was like, I'm gonna get back. And you think I'm a baseball player? I'll show you a baseball player. And then he figured out the scam.
Like George Banks, he's saying no.
Yeah.
It's like, I've had enough of this.
Yeah.
So
I think that has to be. And you know what? I kind of don't blame him. Anytime you have a name like that's close enough to somebody else, yeah, you get tired of the jokes.
I mean, I would imagine if you have a name that's the exact same name as the most famous baseball player ever.
For an entire couple of generations of people.
Right. You probably would get pretty annoyed by it.
Yeah. Imagine being named like Michael Jordan now.
There's a lot of people named Michael Jordan, though.
And they all have to put an initial in their name so they don't get the jokes.
Yeah.
So they don't be like, "Oh, nice dunks."
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, I wear your shoes.
I don't think people are joking around that way.
I think they are. Trust me. I make those jokes.
Oh, yeah. That's you? That's you? Okay.
Remember when you were a kid and you got invited to a birthday party by one of your friends and you thought you were really good friends? Mm-hmm. And then you get to the birthday party and you realize that this kid is friends with other people more than you. And so they're hanging out more with the other kids than you. And you don't know as many people there. And all of a sudden you're sitting there just eating pizza with your mom. It's not a very fun party.
I don't think I ever had that experience.
That never happened to you?
I don't think so.
How about this? How about a more adult experience? You get invited to a wedding and it's, whatever the relationship is, you're not in the same group that with a lot. Maybe you haven't talked to this person in a while or haven't hung out with them, and you go to the wedding and then you're at a table full of people you don't know.
That's also
never happened to you. How about this? How about you start a new job at an office, and it seems like all the people at the office have kind of known each other for a while, and like they really get along, and they're like a group of friends, and they go out to lunches, and they don't invite you.
Happened, but I get what you mean.
Well, look at you, Mrs. Social Butterfly. Never felt isolated and alone, even when surrounded by others having a great time.
I have felt that way, just not in any of those examples.
I think I cast a wide net. I think everybody except you has experienced at least one of those three things.
Yeah, I haven't experienced any of those three, but I have felt alone before.
Okay. Why don't you tell us about the time you felt alone?
I think there was a time where I felt alone because like all of my friend classmates decided to hang out together at the school.
Yeah.
And like they were like, we're going to exclude Alyssa.
Oh, they decided that?
Yeah.
And you heard that?
I did.
Oh no, that's sad.
I did.
That is isolating.
It was very not fun.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good example. This can happen to anybody.
Yes.
In fact, we've probably all been through one of these 4 scenarios that we just laid out. I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
If not all of them. And that this can happen in so many, like where you can be around people, but you still feel disconnected. You still feel alone. You still feel lonely, isolated.
Yeah.
But God doesn't want you to feel that way. What's great about Jesus is he is there to have that connection with you, even when in these times of loneliness and isolation that we can experience in so many instances where it feels like it doesn't even make sense why you feel like you just can't connect with anybody. You can connect with God. And that's an amazing thing to be able to have. So the next time you feel disconnected, alone, lost in a party full of people, talk to God about it. Like he is there to connect with you no matter where you are.
Absolutely. That relationship with him is like, it's completely life-changing because you realize you're never alone. Even in those moments when you feel like you're loneliest, you truly are never alone when you have a relationship with Jesus.
Yeah, so you can access that. Again, the next time you feel lonely or just right now, say, hey, God, I want a connection with you. I want to know what that's like. And find out. It will be life-changing. You can also find out more at radiou.com/free gift. A big menu shakeup is coming to McDonald's next week. 8772 Radio U, where they are set to debut a brand new sauce.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's going to get saucy at McDonald's, where they are on September 3rd. That's Wednesday, right? 1 week from now. They will be introducing their new special edition gold sauce, which they say will be a tangy blend of North Carolina-style vinegar barbecue with notes of honey, smoke, and mustard.
We're going to have to try this.
We definitely have to try it. This sounds like the kind of sauce that I've had North Carolina barbecue, like the straight-up barbecue, which I don't care for as much in the world of barbecue.
Okay.
But this style of sauce works particularly well, I think, with chicken, which is fortunate McDonald's on the same page because they are basically anything that you get with chicken at McDonald's, you can add this sauce to it or get it on the side.
Yeah. Other than the McChicken, I don't see that one on here. It looks like they're doing a whole new chicken sandwich, the Bacon Special Edition Gold McCrispy.
Okay.
And a deluxe version of that.
Yeah.
So,
Bacon makes it
McChicken, they're
deluxe
leaving
in my
with the
mind.
mayo.
Yeah. I bet I mean, they would do it if you asked for it, right?
Yeah. It's a secret menu item, most likely.
Yeah, or a special add-on. But they're also, I mean, like they're acting like there's a bunch of new menu items, which, like, it looks like to me, in truth, the menu, like, it's the same thing that's already been on the menu, but you can also add.
It's just the version
gold
with this sauce.
with it,
yeah, so it's just a new version. But they'll have a new name for it. It'll probably show up on the menu. So you can get the Bacon Special Edition Gold McCrispy now, or you can get the wrap that
the
has
special
this
edition
as well.
gold snack wrap.
Yeah.
Making it sound real fancy. I know that you're the McChicken queen.
I am.
So I feel like I feel like we have a vast difference in our opinion of McDonald's chicken because I wouldn't really hardly ever order chicken from McDonald's.
I gotta be honest. Even though I'm the McChicken queen, that nickname came from college because I was poor and McChickens were $1. And so that was something, me and my friends would be like, all right, let's go get a McChicken and like a McDonald's Coke because McDonald's soda is the best.
Yeah, of course.
And so that's what we would do sometimes. And so that's how the McChicken queen title came about. But I haven't had McDonald's in a while. I rarely eat there anymore. So maybe I need to give up my title. I don't know.
You have to relinquish
I need to relinquish
the belt.
Somebody let me know if you're a big McChicken fan, and I'll hand it over to you like I'm crowning you, like as if it's like the Miss USA pageant and you've been announced the winner, and I'm the former winner from the year before. So I take off the sash, I take off the tiara, and I put it on you.
Who wants to text in though and admit that like, yeah, I eat a lot of McChickens?
I mean, I just told you I ate a whole bunch of them.
When you were in college and you were poor. So it's not
shame.
exactly a sought after title, I would think.
No shame in the McChicken, all right? If no one wants the title, I'll keep it.
You can just keep it.
I'll keep it.
There is a distinction too, because the McChicken is different than the chicken strips and the chicken like that go in the wrap.
And the McCrispy.
And then the McCrispy, that's higher end chicken, which I find even sad. Like, it's sad that that's considered higher end, because McDonald's chicken, like in this world where every fast food restaurant has a chicken sandwich, McDonald's is so mid. Like,
I mean, McDonald's is kind of mid with anything food other than like their fries.
Their burgers and fries, like just a classic McDouble, just hits the spot. And I've never had a McDonald's chicken sandwich and goes, that just hits the spot.
Well, I don't think I've ever had anything other than the fries and a drink from them that I've been like, yeah, that's the best of the fast food variety that you can get.
Maybe not the best, but satisfying.
Yeah.
It's just satisfying, but I don't think their chicken is satisfying. I think
I disagree.
It's very
guess.
mid, but we went through this whole thing and we didn't even address my main issue with McDonald's, which is that you might be able to get like one, like let's say you get a 10-piece nugget and you want the gold sauce. They'll give you like one sauce and then they'll charge you. At least that's my experience.
Oh, really?
Yeah. This is they nickel and dime you on the sauce.
Oh, that stinks.
And their sauce is good. The ranch, I'm sure this is good.
I like their barbecue.
Yeah, they've got some good sauces, the sweet and sour, but they nickel and dime you on it. We have to issue a clarification on something we covered on the show yesterday. 8772
We
RadioU.
have a retraction?
Not a retraction.
Oh, okay.
No, not to that extreme, but this is never easy. Never easy to admit when we mess something up, even though this is no fault of our own.
I was going to say, I already know what we're talking about, and this is definitely not our fault.
It's not our fault.
Everybody fell for this.
But it has been clarified that Barstool founder and a member of Big Noon Kickoff, Fox's Big Noon Kickoff, Dave Portnoy, has not been banned from Ohio Stadium for the game on Saturday against Texas. Not exactly, anyways. Ohio State, their athletic department, came out and issued a statement yesterday clarifying that because Dave Portnoy is not, while he is a part of Big Noon Kickoff, he's not a part of the main desk team.
Yeah.
Like Urban Meyer and I forget who else. But, you know, like the
Mark
main.
Ingram.
Yeah, Matt Leinart, right?
Yeah.
So he's not a part of that desk crew. Only that crew is in the stadium for the final hour before the game kicks off.
Yeah.
So because he is not on the main desk team, he has no reason to be in Ohio Stadium before the game. And therefore, he's not banned. He just doesn't have credentials to get in.
Yeah, he doesn't
like
have the access
some
like
of the
they
other
do.
crew.
Yeah. Which is what the information that Fox apparently provided to Ohio State. So it wasn't even Ohio State being like,
It's not their
Dave
call.
Portnoy's not coming in here, right?
Nobody asked them if he could come in, evidently.
Right. Evidently, yeah. This is crazy because it was being reported yesterday. Dave Portnoy said it and has now doubled down on it.
That's right.
Saying that he was banned, which I gotta be honest, as I mentioned yesterday, I'm not the biggest fan of him in general.
Yeah, likewise.
This honestly adds to me not being a huge fan of him because he's doubled down on it, saying that he's banned and that all of Barstool Sports is banned. But yesterday, I also saw an article that popped up on my feed after we talked about him being allegedly banned from Ohio State, which we now know is not true, where it said he had to apologize because Barstool Sports was spreading this awful rumor about a college student and, I mean, basically has ruined her life and it's completely unsubstantiated. rumors and lies that they spread about this girl. And so now I'm just like, oh my goodness, I dislike you even more.
Yeah.
Because you just seem so untruthful. So I don't think we can really believe anything that comes out of this guy's mouth.
Yeah, but to be I mean, he's doubled down on it and played into it, but once the news is out there, once the report is out there, what I feel like this is just what you expect him to do.
It only helps Dave for him to be banned from Ohio State.
And
he can only gain from that.
All this said, I am looking forward to, while I don't personally like Dave Portnoy very much, looking forward to what kind of stunts he pulls off for this weekend, because I think he's probably got something fun planned.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
But he's banned as much as I'm banned. Like, we're both banned because neither of us asked to go in, apparently.
Yeah, apparently Fox didn't ask for him to have a credential to go in.
Why don't we start playing this up? I've been banned from Ohio Stadium. They won't let me in for the game or for any pregame or for anything.
I don't think it's helping Dave to say that. I don't think that's going to make him
I mean, yesterday he seemed like the hero. I mean, not necessarily the hero, but the response was much more Ohio State is Charmin soft for banning him. Now the truth has come out that they didn't really ban him, but he was nobody was on Ohio State's side, it didn't seem like.
I don't think anyone was really on anyone's side, to be fair, because
we're all losers.
Can we really be on Dave Portnoy's side for anything?
Definitely not. We are doing Would You Rather Wednesday. The question is, in fantasy football, would you rather draft your team, but it has to be entirely players you dislike? And that's you have to keep those, like, you don't have to keep the same players, but the team has to be comprised of players you dislike all season.
Yeah.
Or you get to draft whatever team you want, but then you have to hand it over to your mom and she's in charge all season long.
Yeah, no input from you. It's all in the hands of your mom.
8772 Radio U. We'll start with Carlos, who says, if I let my mom manage, I've got a built-in excuse for losing.
Okay. That's an interesting way to think about it.
But Danny says, I'm taking the people I hate because that sounds easier than trying to explain bye weeks to my mom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if your mom just does not follow football at all.
Yeah, it might be tough for her.
We also got William at 8772 Radio U. He says there's really no players I dislike, but I assume they would just be players that are either not good or ones with bad attitudes. So I'm going with my mom taking over the team, because how bad could the team be with a bunch of star players on the same team? Also, my mom is the coach. I'd probably be able to get front row seats. That's a good attitude.
Good way to look at it. Heard from Thomas this morning. He says, I'd still get some points regardless if my mom managed my team terribly. I will not cheer for the Chiefs in any capacity, fantasy football stats or not. LOL. So Thomas does not want to have the disliked players on his team.
All right, Allie, what is your choice?
I think I'm going to have to go with drafting a team of players that you dislike, because while my mom is a huge Ohio State fan, she does not watch the NFL at all. So I don't think she would be able to do the management of the fantasy football team.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel like I can really make a strong case for either side, which because there's a lot of players I dislike in every sport.
Honestly, I don't think I really have that many in the NFL that I dislike, so I think I would be probably okay. So,
how would you make a team out of that then?
Well, I guess I'd have to come up with some reasons why I don't like people.
You'd have to fill your heart with hate, or you'd have to have a team of just nobodies, I guess. That you just dislike the players because they're no good.
Well, I don't know. I just don't have players that I dislike. I think mainly there's a couple of players that I don't like, and it's because they're just like, I think maybe a little egotistical. But yeah,
I think there's many players I dislike because, like, honestly, I could just pick in football. I could just pick a team entirely full of Bears. Really Bears, Lions, and Vikings, and that's just getting started.
Yeah, I could just pick the Steelers.
Yeah,
the Steelers
exactly.
players.
There you go. And so I could make a pretty good team out of that. And it's kind of what I call an emotional hedge of, like, if your players do well, you might be mad that they're doing well because they could be beating your team or you just don't like them, but at least they're helping your fantasy team.
Yep.
But then if they fail, or if your fantasy team fails, well, at least that means the players you dislike are also failing.
I've actually heard of people doing that.
This is kind of a win-win. But my mom is smart. So I think like if I was like, listen, Mom, you just got to make this team. Like she could figure it out. I think a little bit, at least try, even though she doesn't follow the NFL at all. But part of the fun is like being involved in your team.
Right.
And so
it'd be hard to be invested if you can't change any of your players.
Yeah, you can't even do anything with it. But I also think I could draft a really good team to hand off to my mom. I guess I'm going to go with the dislike button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're just control freaks with our fantasy football teams. We got to be able to have the control.
And yeah, like if we're talking like a league with money on the line, it really would be a great emotional hedge to be like, either I'm going to win money or these players and teams that I hate are going to fail.
Yeah.
And so I think that would work for me.
Okay.
Netflix has a new number one movie of all time, 8772, RadioU. As of yesterday, the biggest sensation possibly of all in the world right now, the biggest movie sensation in the world, K-pop Demon Hunters, has taken over as Netflix's most streamed movie of all time. And I will give anybody an actual dollar if they could tell me what the previous most watched movie on Netflix was, or anything about it at all.
Oh, yeah. I never would have guessed this. I already read this article, so I already know what movie it beat, but I never would have guessed that this was the movie that was number one.
Yeah. In fact, I don't believe that this is actually even true. I think Netflix is lying. I think the reports are lying.
Well, I'm confused how they all garner these numbers as far as like how they calculate this all, because I feel like we talked about when Happy Gilmore 2 came out. They were like, it's our biggest movie ever, our biggest premiere ever. And so I'm like, what exactly does it, how do your stats work?
Yeah.
I'm very confused by the whole thing. Netflix.
I believe they apply, in this case, they're counting this by views, not by watch time.
Okay.
So I don't know what the percentage is, but there's a certain percentage, and like it would be like Netflix would track this consistently for all of their movies. But once you watch 15% of a movie, that counts as a view or whatever it is. I don't know. I'm sure that they've explained that somewhere, and I just don't have it off the top of my head. But they say that K-pop Demon Hunters has now reached over 236 million views.
Wow.
Since it's released. In addition to its theatrical release this past weekend, which was the biggest, the first ever box office number one that Netflix has ever had, which is particularly crazy that it hit number one at the box office when it's been out on Netflix for 2 months.
I know.
And so we still haven't gotten to the movie that it surpassed for the number one movie on previous most watched movie on Netflix, which was Red Notice, which sounded familiar. I was like, is that the Dwayne Johnson Christmas movie that was really bad that came out? No, it's a different Dwayne Johnson movie that was really bad that came out that according to Netflix, 230 million people watched. I don't know any single one.
Or 230 million views.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily mean unique.
I don't know any individual who has ever watched Red Notice. So I refuse to believe this.
Right. I didn't watch this. My guess is it probably came out around COVID and people were at home and like begging for anything new to watch. Is that true?
No, it came out in 2021. Late 2021.
Late 20. Okay.
Yeah.
So no, I don't know why this movie was so big then.
No, I don't either.
Crazy.
I mean, I do know. Looking at it now, it was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Gal Gadot, and Ryan Reynolds.
Those are big stars.
Big names.
Maybe that's why. And
this was the most expensive movie that Netflix ever made.
Okay. I never watched it.
It cost them $200 million to make this thing. I was also thinking, I wanted to compare the budgets. K-pop Demon Hunters was much more than I would have expected, but it's still like half, just over half the budget of
So it had $100 million around.
It was $100 million and then some extra money that Netflix kicked in to like get the music streaming rights and blah, blah, blah.
Okay. Which is very important because that has made them a lot of money.
Yeah.
I think the music overall probably is making them more money than even just the streaming.
Yeah, 100%. So a good investment on Netflix's part. I'm sure they didn't realize,
They didn't know what they had.
After the fact, somebody might come out and be like, yeah, no, I saw this movie. I saw potential. I was like, this is going to be the most watched movie on Netflix.
Sure.
But They didn't know. They had
didn't
no
know.
idea.
And now I think I'm seeing a clarification on like the Happy Gilmore 2 situation. So Happy Gilmore 2, the biggest premiere ever on
Right,
Netflix with the
right.
most views in the first 24 hours. What's helped K-pop Demon Hunters has been the long run that it's had.
Yeah.
Since it came out in June, the popularity for it has grown so substantially
It was still
over
number
time.
one this weekend
Right.
in the top 10.
Exactly. So it's just the rewatchability of it has lended to it beating this Red Notice movie.
But you also, one more thing about it is like it's hit the the most watched movie on Netflix ever in about 2.5 months or so.
Right.
Red Notice has been out for 4 years. So I wonder if this will boost Red Notice because people will just be like, what even is that?
Yeah, right. I got to check it out.
All of a sudden, that'll be in the Netflix top 10 again. Spotify is rolling out a new feature that'll make it even easier to connect with your fellow music lovers. 8772 Radio U coming soon. Whether you're a free or premium user, as long as you're over the age of 16, you're going to have access to Spotify DMs.
Honestly, I was going to boo this move by Spotify.
Uh-huh.
But wait a minute. I read the article and I'm like, okay, not as bad as what I initially thought. We need to just read the full article and not just the headlines.
Mm-hmm.
This is only available for you to use with people that you have actually like created a playlist together, or you've done those things where you create a jam or a blend or collaborative playlist. So this isn't just anybody.
Okay.
Or friends that you have on Spotify, because you know how you can have friends on Spotify and you can see what songs they're listening to.
Yeah.
On like the desktop app. This isn't just for like messaging a random person.
Right. Which I guess you would find them through their playlist. I'm going to be honest with you. I use Spotify as much as anybody I know. Like literally, I have so many hours of streamed music every year. When my Spotify rap comes out, I don't even know what jams and blends are. Like
Well,
that sounds like food to me.
I guess I've done one. I don't know if it was a jam or if it was a blend. I think it was a blend, but it was something where you put in to Spotify, like, we want a collaborative playlist that you as Spotify make.
Oh,
and
yeah.
so you put in like 2 friends and then it'll spit out like songs you both are listening to right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that way, like if you're going on a road trip and you want to just listen to songs that you both love, it can spit that out for you. So I've done that one time, but for the most part, I just like have friends on Spotify and we just look every once in a while like what songs we're listening to.
Mm-hmm.
So
I guess I mean I guess this is fine. It doesn't hurt anything.
Yeah.
At first it did kind of seem
It worried me at first.
I agree with you where you see Spotify DMs and you're like, do we really need this? And it's just like, can you even send like a text message like with words, or is it only you send songs to each other?
So how you start a message to somebody, to a friend or somebody that's collaborating on a playlist with you, is you go to the share button on like a song or a podcast or an audiobook. And when you hit share, there'll be an option to message that thing to them within the Spotify app now.
Okay.
As long as they're also a Spotify, user, which they should be. Because again, this is only for people that you have collaborative playlists with and are friends with. So it'll allow you to do that. After that, then below your profile picture, you'll see a place where messages are stored. And I think you'll be able to like text back and forth with them. But you have to start the DM with sending them music or a song or something.
Okay. Well, I guess if they're adding this, I hope some people really enjoy it and get some good use out of it.
I mean, I send people songs all the time.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily mean I send them to people that are on Spotify. I feel like most of the time when I send someone a song, I don't even know if they use Spotify or not.
Or a lot of times I want to send it to like a group of people.
Right. And so
a group chat or something.
Right. So I don't think I'll be utilizing this feature too much, but I think it's helpful, I suppose.
Yeah. I feel like while I do use Spotify more than just about anybody, I think I'm very much not the typical user
of it.
Because like with what you mentioned with the jams or blends or whatever it was, my music taste is much too sporadic.
Yeah.
I'm listening to way too much different stuff to like let Spotify take control. Because it would be chaos.
Oh, yeah.
Spotify would have no idea. But also, why aren't you and I friends on Spotify?
Oh, we need to do that.
Yeah.
I need to do that with you and with Nene.
Yeah,
I always
we
forget
gotta
to
connect.
add people on Spotify. I'm really
I
bad
know.
about
well,
that.
I guess we also just don't need to.
Yeah.
We need you to stop what you're doing right now and check your ding dong for mold. 8772 Radio U.
Why do you gotta say it like that?
What are you talking about? There's moldy ding dongs out there. And we need to all work together to make sure that we put an end to it.
We put an end to the moldy ding dong.
Yeah.
Okay, explain. What are you talking about?
There's moldy ding dongs that have been pulled from store shelves because of concerns about mold. You don't want mold on your ding dong. It would ruin
guess
it.
Not.
This is the Smucker's company, which is behind our beloved
Jelly?
Yeah, but that's not all they do. I mean,
I didn't know that they made ding dongs.
yeah, they own Hostess.
Oh, they do.
They do, and so
Okay.
Hostess, of course, responsible for Twinkies and ding dongs and Casbars now, and so many other things I can't even think of. Ho-hos.
You know, I don't really care about the ding dongs. So I'm
Uh-huh.
sorry if you are a fan of them, but please tell me our Twinkies are safe. Like Twinkies are not at risk of being moldy.
It seems like there's no mention of Twinkies whatsoever.
Maybe it's just because ding dongs aren't as popular, not selling as well. So they've been on the shelves too long.
I don't know. I will tell you that when I saw this, can I be completely truthful? I didn't think it was possible for ding dongs to get moldy.
Yeah, I think
Or
I
any
would
of-
probably agree with you on
Yeah,
that.
because wasn't there that a person who had a Twinkie and literally just left it out for 20 years?
Well, that was a
and-
Twinkie. I guess
Yeah.
it's different than a ding dong, apparently.
just figured they used the same concoction of chemicals and preservatives
Same ingredients.
and whatever to keep them all fresh.
Apparently they don't.
Yeah, apparently not. Or maybe that Twinkie could get moldy under the right circumstances. But yeah, there's a concern that your hostess ding dongs that have Best By dates of 8/30, 8/31, 9/1, 9293, any of those could potentially be contaminated by mold.
Yikes.
And that would definitely ruin your experience. So
Yeah, don't eat any moldy food.
yeah. So you might want to just grab those ding dongs and get rid of them.
Toss them in the
Throw them
trash.
far away from you. Don't even feed them to an animal.
I was going to say, you might want to even just destroy them
Just
so no one else tries to eat them.
have a ding dong burning.
Yeah, so
That sounds kind of fun.
we're having a ding dong burning over at Bill's
everybody,
house.
bring your ding dongs. We'll make s'mores after.
Thanks for listening to the Radio U podcast. Don't forget to rate and review the show.